welcome to Team Rise and Grind's weekly team call. I have a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to get started. I want to thank you, ladies, for calling in each week. This is a learning process for me. I always want to make this something that is valuable to you all. The last thing I want to do is take up time that you could be doing something else. So I always spend time preparing for it and looking for the best topics. And I'm not the most dynamic speaker, and I'm still learning how to do all of that. So I appreciate y'all giving me the practice and giving me your time, and I hope that y'all walk away with valuable information. All right, before I mute everybody and get started, I want to ask, what is everybody reading? Everybody's reading, right?
I'm changing books because I was reading what is it called? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain moment right now.
I know I put you on the spot.
Gosh, hold on. I have it in my book. I have it in my truck. So while everybody else says what they're reading, I'll look.
All right. I am reading John Maxwell's Developing the Leaders Around You. And I just finished with an audiobook by John Maxwell, Intentional Living. All right, we have another caller. Who's the other caller that called in?
Destiny.
Destiny, yay. Okay, girl. All right, so what is everybody else reading?
I'm still just digging into the Bible.
Good. That's great. That's
right
wonderful.
Now, that's just where I need to be right now.
Yes. All right. Anybody else? Anybody?
I'm going to the Compound Effect from the Slight Edge.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good book. Really good book. All right. Okay.
I am reading the 10 times rule.
Oh, okay. All right. 10X. Okay. So if y'all are not currently reading something, I want to encourage you to do that. Even if it's just 10 minutes a day, I'm telling y'all that is what's going to push you through the struggles and those moments when you don't feel like working your business, or you don't feel like inviting people, or you're questioning yourself and all of those things that come up. Your personal development's going to be what pushes you through that. So everybody should be reading. And I might just ask y'all every week what y'all are reading. So be prepared. All right. Everybody's being proof of the product though, right? We're all being proof of the product. We're drinking our Shakeology, and we're doing the workouts, and we're eating healthy for the most part. We're not perfect. Nobody expects perfection. All right, and everybody's inviting to our groups?
Yeah.
All right, because these are the vital behaviors, and so that's what we just want to make sure we're doing these things. And then we also want to recognize. That's our new vital behaviors, recognize. So recognize each other for accomplishments, and recognize our challengers for accomplishments, things like that. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and mute you all, and you can unmute yourselves if you need to, and we're going to dig in. All right, tonight's team call is just about setting goals and achieving them. Okay, see, I am in love with the book that Destiny said that she's been reading. So a lot of my tips tonight come from that book, along with some of the other books that I've read. But it's the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And so I have a quote a little bit later that I'm going to read to y'all from that book. And this book is in our files in our team page. So no excuses about not having the money to go out and buy it, blah, blah, blah. It's in the files. Destiny actually printed it off from there and is reading it. I prefer the audio version because the author actually does the audio, and he's wonderful. He's very motivating. Okay, so what I learned from this book, it revealed a lot of things to me that I just didn't even realize. But one of the things that I learned is that we usually set our goals too low. And what happens is we set our realistic goals too low, and then when we aren't meeting our too low goals, then we lower them even more, or we eliminate them. And so I want y'all to start thinking differently and start thinking about goals that are big, setting big goals. I'm going to give y'all some tips on that in a little bit. But the goals that we set should always move us to a better place, higher ground, towards an objective that we have not yet achieved. Okay, that's what goals are all about. I know that I am most unhappy when I am not accomplishing things, when I'm not bettering myself and doing things that are making me better. And I'm most happy when I'm in the quest of reaching my full potential and abilities. Okay, that's when I'm most pumped up and excited. So that's why we should set big goals. One of the quotes that I really liked, I had to write down this morning, that I heard on the audiobook, the 10X Rule. My dissatisfaction with where I am at this moment does not suggest something is wrong with me, but rather that something is right with me. It is my ethical obligation to better myself, my family, and my future. And so I always talk about coaching is not just about selling challenge packs and running cool little fun groups. It's about bettering ourselves. And so the goals that we're talking about tonight aren't just geared towards Success Club, yada, yada, yada. But our goals should be big. And if hitting Success Club is going to be one of those steps that gets us, financial freedom, then that should be one of our goals. Okay. Goal setting is just basically asking, what do I want? Okay. So what do you want? Number one, my first point is set your goals high enough to get excited. Okay. You want to get excited about what you want. So set them high. Don't set average goals. Don't set goals that you can get achieved. Like, my goal today is to unload the dishwasher. Set big goals. Number two, write down your goals daily, not once a year, not twice a year. Write down your goals every day. Okay, and word them as if they have already happened. I'm going to give y'all some of mine as examples. I am in perfect health and physical condition. My marriage is alive and healthy, a positive role model for others. I am more in love with my husband every day. I have 3 smart, handsome, healthy, God-loving boys. I have no debt except that which is paid by others. I lead a successful team of coaches who enjoy staying healthy while helping others and getting paid well to do it. My children are confident and lead their peers to live better. I am making a positive difference in my community and on social media. I continue to create unique opportunities for people to enjoy their health journeys and inspire those around them. I feel healthy, happy, energetic, and inspire others to feel the same. I am one of the largest donors to my church. Okay, so these are some of my goals that I have, and I word them as if they have already happened. Okay? So word your goals that you write daily as if they've already happened. You're more likely to get to them. All right, I have another quote I wanted to read y'all. And this is on page 71 in the book, if anybody gets the 10X rule. Average goal setting cannot and will not fuel 10X actions. And when he talks about 10X, he talks about, like, if you want something, aggressively going for it with massive action. Okay. So 10 times whatever normal activity you would put towards it, 10 times that action. Okay. I'm going to start over. Average goal setting cannot and will not fuel massive 10X actions. If you approach an endeavor with average thinking, you will start to give up the moment you come up against any challenges, resistance, or less than optimal conditions, unless you have some big, juicy purpose as your engine. To get you through resistance, you must have a big reason to get there. The bigger and more unrealistic your goals are, and the more they're aligned with your purpose and duty, the more they'll energize and fuel your actions, okay? So I love that because it ties in your goals with your purpose. And that's my next point, number 3. Align your goals with your purpose. So if you don't know what your purpose is, you need to figure that out. Personal development will help you do that. I always knew that I was meant to help people somehow with being healthy, even when I was obese. Like my husband knew it too. He always said, I just see you becoming this fit chick, helping people. And so I always knew that somehow, some way that was my purpose. And then I really asked God to, help develop that in me. And I feel like he has lit that passion inside of me. So figure out what your purpose is, and that can change at different times in your life. So figure out what it is now. Most people set goals based on what they have learned, okay, in their comfort level. So you probably have been taught to stay, set realistic goals. Don't set yourself up for failure. You don't want to be disappointed, okay? We've heard that, maybe not all of us, maybe some of us had, people around us that were pushing us to set big goals and do big things. But the majority of us did not. And we were, told to simmer down, keep it cool. So we have to kind of think outside of the box on our goals and go big, okay? So think about what fuels your fire, what your passion is, what gets you excited. Like when you start thinking about that, then you just get excited and pumped up and ready to move forward. Think about what does that for you, and that is going to tie in, your passion, your purpose, and that's what's going to fuel you to your goals if you can get all those aligned. Number 4 is team up with people who are like who you want to be. Okay? Not that you want to be that person, but you want to be like them. You want to maybe be confident like them, or you want to be financially secure like them, or you want to be healthy like them, okay? Find people like that and befriend them. And then also find people like you that want those same things and team up with them, okay? Encourage each other, hold each other accountable. You're going to have to cut loose of some of those negative people, all right? Because they're not going to help you reach your goals. And it's unfortunate because sometimes that's family, but you're just going to have to limit your time with the negative and fill it with more of the positive. The people that are like who you want to be, and then the people that also want to get there. All right, number 5, and this is actually the last point. Get your family involved in your goals, okay? Your goals should be things that improve your family. They should be things that are good for your family. I would never encourage you. First of all, I would never tell you what your goals are. And second, I would never encourage you to do anything that is detrimental to your family. So if your goals are detrimental to your family, then you need to rethink your goals. But they should be things that improve your family life. So get them involved. I'll tell you a big thing that I was so happy about sharing with my boys was the cruise. Taking my boys on the Beachbody cruise was so huge to me because they see me close my office door and say, Mommy can't be disturbed, she's working, okay? They know I have to, y'all know you've lost me on these calls before, so I have to tell everybody to get off of the internet when I'm on my team calls because it uses so much bandwidth. So I had to go tell the boys upstairs, cut off their games, and my other son watching TV on the internet, I said, Mommy's got a team call, it's 30 minutes. Well, a month ago, I would really get a hard time about it, but those boys have been on that cruise now and they just appreciate it a little bit more. They've tasted some of that success. And so they're so thankful. And I think it just made it a little bit more real for them. So don't shut your family out of your business. Help them be a part of your business. Okay. Get your kids to work out with you, get your kids, excited about nutrition and fitness, and they'll start talking to their friends. Rocco has a classmate that his mom just became one of my clients. She's been a friend of mine for years, and I talked to her, probably a year and a half ago about, me helping her and whatnot. And she finally contacted me and was ready last month. And now her son and Rocco are in class together, and they both drink Shakeology for breakfast. So they've been talking about that. Well, you know what? You never know. Those other kids may go home and say, hey, Rocco and, Zachary were talking about they're drinking Shakeology for breakfast. You never know, that mom could have already been thinking about it. And you just never know, y'all. The kids will spread the love too, and they'll invite people. And my kids are always asking, is so-and-so, one of your clients? Or anyway, so get the kids involved. Don't alienate them from it. Don't alienate your spouse from it. Let them be a part of it. Look for ways to bring them into not just your business, but your goals, and, getting yourself to your goals. It should be a family affair. All right, so I have a few questions for homework that I want y'all to do, and it relates to your goals. Number one is, how has your upbringing influenced your goal setting? Okay, and y'all don't have to turn this in. This is, just for y'all to do on your own. But I want you to think about that, and I want you to think about how your upbringing has influenced your goal setting. Number two, what goals would you set if you knew you could achieve them? What goals would you set if you knew you could achieve them? And then the last one is, what smaller goals could you start crushing that will fuel your big goals? What smaller goals could you start crushing now that will just fuel and propel you to your big goals? Could it be working your coaching business? Could it be inviting people to our challenge groups? Reaching Success Club 5 each month? Consistently communicating with your coach? So just think about those. What are some small things that you could do that will help you get to your big, exciting goals? All right, I'm going to unmute y'all and see if you have any questions. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay. All right, does anybody need me to repeat any of the points or the last questions? Okay. All right, does anybody have any questions? Or any tips about goal setting? No? All right. So does anybody want to share any goals with us that you have? Nope. Okay, so y'all either have some awesome goals or you need to come up with some.
Yeah.
Okay, so some exciting goals. I want y'all to think of some. It doesn't have to be Beachbody business related, but all these things tie in together. So, for instance, if you're trying to be financially secure, well, here's an opportunity. It's not easy. If it were easy, then everybody would be a Beachbody coach. And, we wouldn't have to do all this training all the time. But it's certainly doable. Okay. I was talking to my husband earlier. We went and got our taxes done finally today. And I was terrified, y'all, because, I work my business. I work consistently. And Beachbody doesn't take out taxes. And I was just terrified that my business account was going to be wiped out by the taxes. And it wasn't. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was more than I wanted it to be. But anyway, after all, money I made, and then the money I put back into my business, because anytime you own a business, you put money back into it. And I put a lot of money back into my business. That final figure of like our money that we made, I was like, I feel like I worked a lot harder than that. I told my husband, I said, I feel like I worked like $50,000 harder than that. And so we started talking about goals because, I told him, I said, our team calls on goals tonight. I have some things ready, but I need to finish getting my call ready. And one of the things that I'm not happy with right now are our finances. Because of my coaching, I don't feel as pinched as we used to, but I still don't feel like we're in a place where we could be. But I see this opportunity with my coaching business. I see it as an opportunity to get there, to get to that better place. So I have to break it down into these little nuggets of little goals that I can crush that are eventually going to get me to where, my business is so big that we're better financially. We've got a boy graduating in a couple of years. Some of y'all already know about this, but, he's going to be going to college. And, I feel excited knowing that, well, by then I'll be even better in my business. The money should be better and help pay for that college. So if y'all are, if you're setting big goals and if there's any way that this business can propel you to those, then I suggest you grab onto it and go for it, because the opportunity is certainly there. And don't ever let anybody make you feel like there's not enough room for you in this business, because there is no shortage of success, you guys. There are plenty of opportunities. There are still so many people that need help. So, all right, does anybody have any questions? Any takeaways? What y'all thinking about? Goals? What do y'all want? What are some things that y'all want?
I'm gonna I hope to make my business like my full-time job, so maybe I can quit working my actual restaurant job, and so I can finish college and do something with my life besides working in a restaurant and try not to eat bad food.
Yeah, that's good. It's totally doable. There are people that have gone before you and have done that already. So that should be encouraging to you that, there are a lot of people.
I really, like the past 2 weeks, I've taken my business more extreme than I have ever before. I think in one day, I think last Tuesday, before our call, I had invited, no lie, like 50 people to our challenge group.
Yes. And they say,
So, but I'm still working on it. Out of the 50 people.
okay, so what happens is, obviously you didn't have 50 challenge packs. So what happens is those people are now watching you, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they want to see that you are being consistent in your business. So they want to see that Michelle is doing what she's asking me to do or what she's inviting me to do, and they want to see you getting results. So that's why we need to be proof of the product, be consistent. And when we drop off from our posting and they're not hearing from us, then they kind of just think that we're not doing that anymore. We've moved on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
And so like my friend that I mentioned earlier, the one that is the mother of Rocco's classmate, I invited her like a year and a half ago, and now she's on board. So you just never know. It has happened so much. People come back. So, ask them again and again. Keep inviting them.
Yeah, I've been working on somebody for like 4 months, and then they kind of randomly just pop back up. And then apparently they talked to one of their coworkers. They're actually in Wisconsin, and found out that they had got their challenge pack for $140 for the 21-day fix. And when I had first started talking to them, the 21-day fix was on sale.
Yeah.
So I was offering $10 gift cards to the first 3 people that signed up, kind of as a little incentive to sign up. But I'm hoping if it goes back on sale soon, she'll get it because she wants to wait for it to go back on sale.
Yeah, that happens, And I just always encourage people. I always tell them, well, we never know when the sale is going to happen. It's such a great program. Think about the results that you could be getting while you're waiting for it to go on sale.
Yeah.
But just stay in touch and then have her name somewhere so that if it does go on sale next month, she's the first person that you contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then invite her to our free groups. Are y'all inviting to the free groups? We have the 6-day
I have.
on right now. Somebody said they have.
Yeah, Destiny did.
Good. Okay, so we have next week is a really good group, and Amy and I are going to run that together. It's the 5-day healthy eating meal prep group, and we're going to add in some little exercise nuggets for them. So, some little ideas for them to do at home for exercise. That's a really good one. Last month we required Shakeology, and we had about 20 to 25 people. And the one before that we didn't require Shakeology. We had 125 people. So invite people to it. We're not requiring Shakeology this time. Those little small free short commitment groups always produce challenge packs for me because they love the results they get, but you have to stay in touch with them. If you just kind of dump them off in the group and don't really stay connected with them, one of 2 things happens. They don't really ever engage and start the group, or they connect with another coach and start reaching out to that coach. Now, we would never take somebody else's customer. Like if somebody in the group reaches out to us and, we know they're in the group, then we go to that coach and let them know. I actually had that happen today. Somebody contacted me, come to find out she's connected with one of our coaches. I went back and forth with her and then encouraged her, okay, now you need to get in touch with your coach. People just don't know how it works. They don't understand. But that's why it's important for us as the people that invite them to make sure that they are connected with us, that we're looking in the group and commenting on all of their posts and encouraging them and even private messaging them saying, hey, how's it going? Like I need to message a few of my girls in the shred that have not been engaging to make sure that they've gotten started. Today's day 2 and they haven't done anything in the group. So does anybody have any questions about our groups or inviting? Does everybody feel comfortable with how we do that? Okay. Y'all, our team page, I I have decided to back down a little bit on all of the content. There are some really good things that I'd love to share, but I feel like some coaches get overwhelmed with all of the things to read and watch and do and blah, blah, blah. What I really want y'all to be focusing on is your journey first, and then make sure that you complete the training, okay? So those are the two things that you should really get under your feet, are getting your journey going and completing Rock the Basics. Okay, so like I didn't even post Sarah's team call in there tonight. It's actually at 8 o'clock because I felt like there are so many coaches in our team that don't get on our team call that I don't want to be putting a whole lot of other team calls on there. So if you want information on Sarah's team calls, then you need to graduate Rock the Basics and get in her team page. Okay? All right, you guys, thanks for calling in. I hope that y'all feel good about thinking about your goals and setting some big, exciting goals. And if you need help with that, certainly reach out to your coach. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you. And so I would love for y'all to share some of your takeaways or even your goals once you get some big ones set. And don't be scared. Our team page should be a safe place for y'all to share your big, hairy, scary goals. Okay? All right. Y'all have a great night. If you think of any questions, post them in the team page.
Alrighty.
Night.
Night. Good night.